Garcias Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye up, bye up, bye. In a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all, so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled, and I'm very much appreciative. I know I couldn't do it without you, so thank you. Ryan Garcia, right? The downfall was rapid, man. It wasn't even a slow decline. It was just sas, and the vato was gone, right? Das. Hit a couple speed bumps along the way, and that was it. It wasn't even a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, everybody was praising Ryan. Damn, Ryan knocked out Devin Haney. He did that. Don't. This is for La Raza, man. Everybody was all happy. And I ain't even gonna lie, I was one of those few that was like, all right, shit, maybe all the shenanigans and all the bullshit that he was doing, maybe he had a master plan and it worked, right? Because he looked good, man. He went in there in that ring and he towed Devin Haney's ass up. And there's no denying that. I don't give a fuck if he was on supplements, steroids, whatever it was, he towed him up. And in fighting ain't fair. But it's boxing, right? And in boxing, you have to follow rules and regulations. Even though the judges don't follow the rules and regulations, it just is what it is, right? Whether he took tainted supplements and that was the case, or he was really dirty in the game, he won, right? And that's it. That's all anyone cared about. Except for Devin and a few of the people that were behind him, behind the scenes and in his camp. They obviously didn't want to take that L. They weren't happy with it. You know, and I understand, man, in a sport of boxing, in any type of sport, someone who has a tainted piss test, has taken what they believe was something that would help them, they're going to feel some type of way. They're going to feel like it wasn't an even playing field. Understandable, right? So Ryan started to get more criticism than he was even getting when he was acting like a fucking J-Cat, right? Because he was acting J-Cattish. I remember having a conversation with Dubs, and I told him, damn, bro, you know, I support Ryan Garcia, or I did at that time, right? And I was like, but fuck, bro, this Valto's talking about little kids in the forest and all kinds of wild shit, and I can't condone that. You know, I can't rock like that, so this Valto better pull something out of his ass quick, like Wes Watson, or... You know, I'm going to have to let him float on like the floaters. I'm going to have to, you know, distance myself because the shenanigans became too much. They were over the top. And, of course, he went in the ring, did his thing, and then told everyone, hey, I was just playing the role. And I was like, cool. And then he kept doing the shit. He kept doing it. I guess he felt that, you know, it worked one time. Maybe it'll work again. Here's a newsflash, Ryan. Shit don't work all the time. Once it's done, it's one and done. But I seen a lot of different things he was doing. I was like, okay, this kid got money, he got fame, fortune. There's things that people have never experienced, so we don't know his life. And maybe, just maybe, he did go through some bullshit. And so, you know, I can't call it like an alcoholic, man. Give him the benefit of the doubt. He's young. He needs a solid team around him, a solid circle. You know, that's why you keep good, close homeboys, family, especially family around you that you could trust, that got the best intentions for your life. You know, when you keep leeches and people that are just basically, you know, trying to hold on like in Vogue because you got the money, it's never going to work out in your benefit. It's never going to be good. So anyways, Ryan just kept doing bad shit. So I kind of distanced myself from whatever he had going on. Stopped paying attention. I was like, this ain't the raza. This ain't how we get down. This is not a good look for the gente, for the people. This kid is one of these new style Wediger type kids that are just going out there acting a fool, making a fool of themselves, making the fucking people look watered down. And he's not a good representation of what we do or what Mexicans have done in the boxing sport or anything like that, right? So I stopped paying attention to his shenanigans. Well, I was on vacation last week, and while I was on vacation, Ryan did the ultimate. Ryan did what, if any person does, they should be blackballed. They should be done, right? This man went on a rant where he disrespected the blacks, right? He disrespected the Africano community. Now, when I say Africano, don't get it confused with Africans from Africa, man. I'm talking about the African American community, the black Americans, blacks, however you want to cut it up, slice it, dice it, and give a title to it. The brothers, right? and he did it pretty derogatory. Now, I've been a big proponent to be anti-N-word. I'm anti-N-word, man. I don't like the N-word used by blacks. I don't like it especially used by Mexicans, by anybody. But I understand in this day and age, it's a buffer word. It's used all the time. It's used in rap music. And Mexicans nowadays get away with using it. And I know the brothers, man, feel some type of way sometimes. And sometimes if you grow up in a community around blacks, man, you're embraced and they ain't really tripping off you. But remember when Jenny from the block tried to use it? I'm still Jenny from the block. I seen a brother almost pull out a Glock, right? It was all bad. She got ridiculed for using it. She wasn't black enough, right? But nowadays everyone uses it. Everyone and their mama's N-word this, N-word that. And I guess as long as it's with the A and not the hard ER, it's cool. There's some justification for it or whatever. I've always been told, man, and I was laced up by an OG black dude, doing time in the oil, and he told me he doesn't even like his people to say it. So I said, I'm not going to say something that's going to disrespect a whole people, period. Even if I'm not trying to disrespect, it will come out that way. And everything I've lived through and I've seen in the youth authority, prison, county jails, the streets, it just isn't a good look, and I don't condone it, and I'm fucking brown and proud, and I'm not going to do it, period. That's me, right? Now, at the same time, I can't knock someone else for saying or doing what they do. To each their own. I just think that a lot of these youngsters nowadays, and I'm speaking about brown people, have lost their sense of reality, their touch with their culture, their history. They don't give a fuck about their history. They give more attention to getting attention, to clout, to what people think about them. And let me tell you, when I see a Mexican kid, a white kid, even a black kid running around using the N-word, it makes me, one, think that they're dumb. They don't have no vocabulary skills or no spectacular vernacular. If they have to use the N-word over and over again, man, like I said, a buffer word, they can't come up with something else. Then there are those that don't use it that I'm proud to say, man, see, they did it. Why can't you? But it is what it is. But the way Ryan said it in this rant, he went hard in the paint, man. He used the hard ER, and there's no justification for that. I know he's saying, hey, I got to go to rehab now. I was drunk. I was high. I'm under the influence. That's why I did that. No. Save that shit for someone who believes that bullshit, right? There is no fucking rehab for using the being racist. Let me explain something to you. What he did was a racist act. Okay? From the heart, the mouth speaketh. There's no denying it. Just like Charleston White, when he said, I hate Mexicans, kill all the Mexican babies, and I wish they would have died and all that. That was racial. That was a racist movida. He got a pass. Why did he get a pass? Because the Mexican-American community or the Mexicano community did not rise up and blackball him and say, you know what, fuck this dude. Everybody just was like, whatever. He's just talking out his ass. He's just catting out. He don't really mean that shit, but he really truly does. Because when you say something, you mean it. And that's it, period. It's the way I was raised. If you said it, you said it. Fill it up with unleaded, right? There ain't nothing you can do to take that back. Especially in this social media age. Once it's out there, it's out there. And Ryan's going to learn. Oh, he going to learn, right? What he did was very disrespectful to the black community, and I want to apologize on his behalf, even though I shouldn't. Do I fuck with Ryan Garcia? That was the question that was asked to me yesterday in the live. Hey, Gun, do you support him? Hell no. I don't support those shenanigans. I support right, not wrong, and he was wrong. I can't support somebody who makes any type of racial statements to a person and really truly feels that way. Whether or not he's upset because Devin Haney or he feels the black community is against him because they feel he cheated and he just slashed out and it just came out. It still came out. You shouldn't even be thinking that way. Especially someone who gets his bag with brothers, man, has been around blacks, has friends that are black. Do I think he's a fucking white supremacist? Do I think he's a fucking racist? And I'm not saying white supremacist like that. Do I think he's a Ku Kluxer? No, I don't think he's any of that. But I think he's a fucking mixed up kid who said some shit that he can't take back, and he deserves all the bullshit that comes with it. He's going to lose endorsements. He's already been banned by the WBC for life. He threw his career away. He's done. He's washed up. He didn't even get to hit his prime. People were asking yesterday, who would win, De La Hoya or Ryan Garcia in his prime? Well, we'll never know. I'm going to take De La Hoya. fucking cocaine and stockings and everything, right? Over Ryan, no matter what anyone says. But at the same time, Ryan will never know because he never got to achieve his prime because he threw it all away being a baboso, being an idiot. Okay, no justification for that man and what he said. And not only did he disrespect the black community, but he also disrespected the Muslim community by saying anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim comments, right? Now, my brother is a Muslim. My brother-in-law is a Muslim. Muslim's not a color. It's not a pigmentation of skin. It's a religion. And every color in this world, man, there's Muslims. Every nation, every pigmentation of skin, everything. There's Muslims that are white, black, green, yellow. There might be an alien up there in Mars with the Quran right now, praying on a rug. It's the truth, right? And I respect every religion and their beliefs. And you can't do nothing but respect them. You don't have to agree. You could agree to disagree and keep it pushing. But when you disrespect someone's faith, you're getting serious. You know, people are real about their faith. And this man saying things like that, disrespecting Muslims and blacks, the black community, it's not cool. And he didn't just say it about one person. Okay, when he said the N-word with the hard ER, he said to all, basically. You know, and I take that too when someone says wetbacks, right? That means all. You know, they're trying to belittle or basically say we're less than. And I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like people to disrespect the paisas or people. I'm one of those people, if I'm in town, man, if I'm mobbing around and I see someone disrespecting someone, getting racial, I'm stepping up to the plate. Black, brown, white, you know, even if they're disrespecting whites, come on now, stop it. I don't like it. But I'm not going to sit here anymore and defend Ryan Garcia's actions and saying what he did, making excuses for him, and maybe he was high, maybe he was drunk. I don't give a fuck what he was. You don't say that. I get drunk. I don't say it. My homeboys around me get drunk. They don't say it. You know, and they get, and that's just the way it is. If you say that, it's in your heart. Okay, now let me explain something to you because I had to get into it a little bit with someone, man, who doesn't know the difference between being a racist and being prejudiced. Okay, it's two different things. And I'm sure a lot of the brothers and everyone out there will agree. It's two different things. You know, I'm prejudiced against a lot of different things. I'm not prejudiced against people or colors of skin or cultures. No. But I'm prejudiced against certain types of foods. I don't like that food. I don't want it. I don't like onion. I'm prejudiced against that shit, right? And I know that's kind of not the meaning, but you know what I'm saying? There's things that I just don't like or understand, so I don't agree with. And that could be looked at or misconstrued as being prejudiced, right? But and the word is thrown in a lot with the black and white, the black and brown, the white and black or whatever community, right? Being racist means you hate someone because you're not them, because of the color of their skin, because of their ethnicity, no, not their ethnicity, their ethnicity. I said it right, bozo, right? Because of their culture or, you know, their get down, their history. See, I'm none of that. I could never be that. I think everybody's culture is beautiful. I think everybody got some deep, rich history. And I think if we educated ourselves more on everyone else's history, we'd understand that a lot of us went through similar bullshit. Now, some ethnic groups have been through some worse shit than others, man. There's no denying it. And some more recent than others. But every different ethnic group has went through some bullshit. Everybody has went through slavery at one point in time in history. It just is what it is, right? I hate to get into that debate on whose was worse, whose timing was worse, and all that, because you're always going to defend your people. You're supposed to. You know, that's called frontline status. You go up on frontline status and you defend your gente. You know, so the argument could go on and on and on. To me, the people that are pro them and against everyone else, well, that's racist. Okay, it's cool to be pro your people, but you can't be con others. You can't be against others. You know, you just spit your rhetoric and your shit and you put your stuff out there and respect everyone else around you. You can't expect people to acknowledge your history or what you got going on when at the same time you're disrespecting theirs. You know, it doesn't work. It's a two-edged sword. It doesn't work that way in life. Respect everyone and you'll get respect. Disrespect and you'll get that. But what Ryan Garcia did, there's no justification for it. See, he wasn't disrespected. He was called on his bullshit. Bro, if you cheated, you cheated. If you didn't, prove it in court. Okay, there's other ways to go about it. You don't disrespect a whole bunch of people. And I don't believe I think he was a little free with his words because he was having a phone conversation. And of course, it was leaked. But again, I did a video yesterday and I talked about people leaking conversations or whatever. I know Rico Too Smooth, he just leaked a Swifty Blues message to him. I mean, it happens. It happens all the time, right? Especially in this day and age. It's called receipts. You know, everybody's going to let everyone know exactly what it is behind the scenes. See, it wasn't like that back in the past. In the past, behind closed doors, you could have conversations with your homeboys, your friends, and it was what it was. Nowadays, you know, with the woke era we're living in, you can have conversations because anything you say can and will be used against you and can be misconstrued as such. It can be misconstrued and taken out, you know, of its shell and thrown out there to flop around. It just is what it is. You got to watch what the fuck you say because everyone's watching and everyone's recording, especially when you're a social media, a public figure. Everybody's watching you close. What Ryan Garcia said was unacceptable. If I see and I seen this one guy, he fell off from my channel. I can't fuck with you, gun. You're not defending Ryan. You got to defend the brown man no matter what. No, the fuck I don't. No way. I don't defend weirdos. I don't defend SPMers. I don't defend chomos, pedophiles, fucking people that are racist. I don't defend none of that, bro. You know, I don't give a fuck what color you are. It comes in all shapes and sizes and colors, and I don't defend none of that shit. You know, I can't, and I won't. See, I wasn't raised that way. See, I got primas that are black. I got primas that marry black dudes. I don't hate them. I fucked with a lot of blacks, whites. Roach was my homeboy. He was a straight super wood. He was racist, but I fucked with him, right? Even a racial person, man, I might not agree with them, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt until it becomes cloudy and murky, and then I got to blow that shit away. That's just what it is, right? Ryan Garcia no longer has my sympathy. I'm no longer sympathetic to his cause. I could care less. And I respect his family and I respect those around him. But I can't respect what he said whatsoever at all. I can't condone it, don't respect it. And I don't believe any of the raza should or does. And for those that don't care, that just shows me you have a bone to pick with the brothers, man. You feel that the brothers don't have a voice in this. And let me say this, because I always hear it. Man, the brothers get Juneteenth and they get Black History Month and they get this. Yeah, because they fight for it. They come together as a people. They set their differences to their sides. Their Crip and their blood and their GD and everything that they're doing. They put it to the side and they fight for a cause that will help their people. We don't as brown people. Even as white people. They don't. With the Mexican community, the brown community, Chicano community, Tejanos, everything. We're too busy looking out the window saying, nah, that shit's none of our business. Or you know, worried about north and south issues. Oh, no, that's past Bakersfield. Fuck that, right? Or nah, that's up north. Fuck that, right? They're different. And we're too busy fighting amongst each other and trying to be prideful and prove ourselves to each other. Meanwhile, everyone keeps marching ahead, bro. And there's never going to be no change within us unless we stand our ground and change it ourselves as a people. If you want to get in the fight, then you have to fight, right? Fight back. Just is what it is, man. I've said it a long time. I can only be one voice for the voiceless. At the end of the day, other people have to agree, or we could agree to disagree. At the end of the day, I'm not going to condone what fucking Ryan Garcia said and justify it at all. That dude's stupid. He made some derogatory statements and he has to live with that. He will no longer be a boxer. He will no longer get endorsements. No one's going to touch this dude. No one's trying to touch that guy. All the apologizing and all that. Nah, fuck that, bro. You said that. Live with it. Embrace it. Engage with it. You know, and understand that you disrespected a whole people based off stupidity. See, that's the problem, man. Even with like these North and South rappers that are disrespecting, the F the Norte or F the down South, you're disrespecting a whole gente. Some people that don't even know you or fuck with you or care. And there are those that do care. You know, and you're disrespecting them all based off of one guy's your interactions with one rapper or one person. Hey, if you got something to say about them, say it. But when you disrespect the whole side, homes, you better be willing to you made your bed, lie, you better be willing to take what comes with it, the repercussions. That's like Bands did a video, man, and I respect it. He said, fuck that, Holmes, I'm down south on your side of the map. And he did what he did. And it's funny, and man, he one-upped Lefty. But at the same time, he went into a neighborhood that doesn't just belong to Lefty. There's other vatos from that neighborhood. That was a slap in the mouth of everyone from there. And it was disrespecting, right? It just is what it is. Nowadays, people, they play different. They play by different rules. But one rule is always going to be true. You don't use racial slurs, man. Especially on social media. Well, never. But especially on social media. And then beg for forgiveness and cry about it later. I can't support that. I will not support that. That's where I stand. So for those of you that are asking me, hey, Gun, what are you going to say now? What do you mean, what am I going to say now? Fuck him. That's what I'm going to say now. Him. Just him. Not the brown people. Not the black people. Just him as an individual. Because I don't agree with what he said, man, and I never will. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive to struggle, the struggle to strive. There's going to be a lot of people that fall off because I don't support Ryan. That's cool. There was a lot of people that fell off because I did. But that's cool too, man. At the end of the day, I stand by what's right. And what's right is we have to show respect to one another, regardless of color or racial makeup or background or any of that. And that's just it. It's the way I was raised, and I'm going to stand on that. And that's just me. The Gun.